Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. Welcome. I'm Jim Wendorf, Executive Director of the National Center for Learning Disabilities, and it's my pleasure to welcome all of you to this leadership forum. We're here because RTI is a lead engine of school reform in public schools nationwide. It's big, and it's getting bigger. It seeks to increase the achievement of all students, and all of us in the room today know it has a special mission to accelerate the learning of students who struggle, especially those who may have learning disabilities. The National Center for Learning Disabilities believes in the promise of RTI. We have invested significant resources to support effective implementation of RTI, especially through our RTI Action Network, which is co-sponsoring this leadership forum today. And we know also that effective implementation is a very difficult row to hoe. No getting around it. And that's why Stacy Parker Fisher of Oak Foundation initiated a conversation with us about a year ago as we began discussing response to intervention, what was happening in the schools, how it affects kids who struggle, especially those who may be identified with a learning disability. And she suggested that we think about pulling together some leading stakeholders in RTI. Our plan from day one has been to develop a forum that reflects multiple perspectives on critical issues and includes key stakeholders. And that's all of you, researchers, people from other parts of the education world, school administrators, teachers. We have representatives of local school districts here. And we have parents, and we have advocates. So we've asked you to gather today to take stock, assess where the RTI movement is in its journey, monitor its progress, and most important, look ahead to generate ideas to ensure that RTI can fulfill its promise. Those are the outcomes of today, what we want to produce. We're not here to make decisions. We're not here to draw immediate conclusions. We are not here to end up at the end of the day with a clear set of objectives in the form of recommendations. But we will do that as a result of this forum. We will take what's generated here, and NCLD, with its advisors, its board, will work to produce the kinds of recommendations affecting policy, affecting practice, and affecting research that we aim to use to make RTI even better. Now, outcomes for the day. What do we hope will happen here because of you? We ask you to participate, to join the discussion, to be candid, to be open, to be helpful, and to be forward-thinking. So, that's what the day is about. I want to thank some people who are making this possible. First, our foundation friends, Oak Foundation, the Emily Hall Tremaine Foundation, and the Good Samaritan Foundation. Thank you very much. Our lead corporate sponsor is Spectrum K-12 Scantron, and we thank you for your support of this event. Our general sponsor, Pearson Clinical Assessment. And we'll be thanking other sponsors throughout the day. Wilson Language is responsible for the breakfast this morning, so thank you, Wilson. A special thanks to my colleagues, the NCLD team, and I want to just focus this morning on the RTI Action Network. Kathy Whitmire, who leads that team and has built the RTI Action Network into a major presence in the country regarding implementation of RTI, and you'll be hearing more from Kathy at the end of the day. And her team, Karen Golombeski, who's responsible for so much of the logistics and getting this to happen today. Karen, thank you. Elaine Neifeld, Associate Director of the RTI Action Network, Celine Tobal, and Nagar Kordestani, without whom things don't happen. So thank you, if we could. Thanks, team. And I'm especially happy that this event includes NCLD board members. Don Deschler, whom you'll be hearing from shortly, Steve Kukic, whom you'll be hearing throughout the day. Mark Griffin on our board of directors, Christy Baxter is here, and Alan Pesky. And as you look at Don, Steve, Mark, and Christy, each of them heads up critical board committees or the professional advisory board for NCLD. And so you can be assured that what happens here is going to come back to the organization and go to the board of directors as well. A few housekeeping and logistics, papers, agenda, PowerPoints, handouts, all that stuff is going to be, can be accessed on our website soon. It'll be posted by next week. And rtinetwork.org, which I know you're all intimately familiar with. You'll find it there on professional development and can be able to track to the forum. The folders that all of you have include a brief evaluation form. We really like your input. We'll take it to heart. Please share it with us before you leave. And we have a team member in the back who will be happy to collect that from you. And a reminder that today's event is being both videotaped and photographed. And so some of those photographs may be posted on our site. If anyone needs deniability that you've been to this event, say so now. I don't know, whatever you need to do. And we'll see that you're not photographed because we don't want our photographer, Rick Reinhardt, to meet the fate of Sonny Corleone's photographer at that wedding some time ago. So, Rick, thanks. Good. And on to introductions. This will be brief, because if you don't know Steve Cookick and Don Deschler, then you have no business being here. What can I say? And so I will be very brief about these two amazing individuals. And it's been my privilege to work with both of them for the past dozen years. Steve will moderate today. And any of you who've been at meetings that Steve has moderated know that it is a proactive experience. And so, Steve, we're looking forward to that. Steve's currently Vice President of Strategic Sales Initiatives at Cambium Learning Voyager, and a distinguished career in education, a state director of special ed in Utah, past president of NASD, and past chair of our professional advisory board, and now serves on the board, among many, many other things that Steve has done and is doing. Don Deschler, what to say? You all know, University of Kansas, distinguished chair there of an endowed chair at the University of Kansas and director of the Center for Learning, creator of professional development materials that have had an impact on 400,000 educators globally, on and on with many, many awards. And I'm happy to say Don serves as chair of our professional advisory board, and in that role has given indispensable advice to the management team, to the board of directors for several years, and we don't want it to stop, Don. A personal note, both of these individuals are two of the most mission-driven people I've ever met in my life. Mission-driven, not just professionally, mission-driven personally. And it's that passion. It's passion around making life better, especially for kids who struggle, especially for kids who have not had the rights, who deserve more than what they're now getting. It's that passion that I feel every day and helps me do my job as executive director at NCLD. So on to our keynote and Don Deschler, and on with the show. Thanks so very much.